begin? Liverpool 4, Leicester City 0. Going into this game, we already knew what was happening. We knew that we had to get a win today. Otherwise, well, we didn't have to, but in order for us to basically win the league, we had to get the win today. And wow, what a win we got. I mean, your boy Joe Sam here, back again with another player review and post-match analysis / reaction, I guess, to Liverpool beating Leicester City 4-0 at the King Power Stadium. I mean, where do I start? I mean, the first thing was the lineup. I mean, at the moment, with guarding the players that we've got, it's quite simple. Our lineup is going to be quite simple. So it's just the normal, usual suspects. It's nice to see Navigator in the lineup. Back four, just the same, Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk. Left back, Andy Robertson. Right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold. In the DM role, it looked like today was Henderson with Gini Wijnaldum and Naby Keita in the eights. And then we had the front three of Salah, Firmino and Mane, the usual suspects. Now, just wow. First minute, we start off and I don't know whether Leicester were not up for it, whether they were a bit nervous because of the title talk or whatever. But oh my days. We literally had 2 chances in the first in the first minute. Sadio Mane has a great chance, crossed in from, I think, Mohamed Salah. Firmino misses a header, and how Mane doesn't score that, Lord knows. I have no idea. The first half, I wasn't able to watch it as well because the reason, as you can see, there's a different background because I'm in Spain right now and I've had to do 12 hours of travelling. I had to go from Madrid, from Luton Airport to Madrid, and then from Madrid, get a coach all the way to Leon, which is in the north of Spain. So I was I was watching the game on the coach, but the first half was kind of a bit, I was running everywhere. So the first half, I couldn't watch it as well, but I still managed to, watch most of it anyway. Second half, I was able to watch on the coach all fine, and I tried recording the video, but I just couldn't. But anyway, first few minutes, Mane gets a brilliant chance, and I don't know why, but Leicester, I know they're quite an expansive team and yet a solid defensive, a team that are usually solid defensively. But this time they tried passing around the back and Liverpool's press was just amazing. And every single time we'd get the ball and they'd misplace a pass. Good players that have had good seasons this whole year. Like Soyuncu, is it Soyuncu? I think it is. Johnny Evans as well. They were misplacing passes. There was a brilliant chance for Henderson where he gets the ball, I believe, from a throw-in. They misplaced the pass and then Henderson gets a block. They get a block in from Henderson. I personally think he should have played it off to Salah, but anyway, that's just my opinion. But the midfield was just brilliant. The fullbacks were going forward. It was just so good to see. But the problem was we weren't taking our chances. Mohamed Salah had a great chance where he just literally just has to just hit it low, and he just misses the target. And Sadio Mane with another brilliant chance. He could have 2 goals in that first half, which were very high scoring opportunities. I don't even know what the XG for that game was, but so many high scoring chances. As I said, Mane had a brilliant one just before we actually scored where he dribbles past like 2-3 players, gets a bit lucky, and then 1-1 the goalkeeper. Mr. Sadio Mane, Mr. Clutch himself. Normally he's calm in front of goal, and then he hits it straight at the goalkeeper. And, and then we obviously get the goal, and that goal was just absolutely amazing. It was a cross getting played in from the right side, I believe from Mohamed Salah. Ball gets played out, and then Andy Robertson into Trent, and Trent with such a peach of a cross into Roberto Firmino. There was like 3 players on that back post. I think Gini Wijnaldum, Roberto Firmino and Salah all ready to pounce on that prey. That Amazon delivery of a cross, the Amazon Prime delivery cross. I need to get into Trent onto it later, but what a cross there from Trent into Roberto Firmino, and it was easy goal there, and 1-0 breaks the deadlock. And yeah, it was brilliant stuff. I mean, that first half, Leicester didn't have a shot on, not even a shot on target, a shot. They barely had a sniff. Jamie Vardy, I think, maybe had about, I don't even remember him in the game, especially in that first half. First half, he did nothing. Same with James Maddison. I know he was playing on the left-hand side, but again, he didn't do anything that game. It was brilliant to see. We stifled out their most fearful threats. And then, and the midfield was brilliant in that first half. Naby Keita, once again, showing how good he is. And with a run of form, without injuries, it was graceful. There was a brilliant chance as well. I just remembered from a corner kick where I honestly thought in that first half that Leicester, it felt for me like a repeat of the first game at Anfield where we dominated the game but we just couldn't score. And we dominated, but yet no goals were going in. And there was a brilliant chance where Salah tried bringing in his inner Salzburg. If you guys remember the goal where he shoots with his right foot. This time it was a brilliant counter attack. It was from a corner from Leicester. It gets cleared out. Salah clears the ball out into Naby Keita. Naby Keita, while the ball bounces, just glides past the defenders and then finds Salah in the acres of space in behind the defence. Plays a brilliant ball in behind, and Kasper Schmeichel comes out. Salah goes past him, and I think he missed his window of opportunity. I think because he hits it and hits the side net, and I think compared to the one that he scored against Salzburg, the window of opportunity that he had to actually take the shot, from those angles the angles are quite minuscule. If you miss by 1 second, your chances of scoring are like near enough impossible, and I think he missed that opportunity in that one. That's why he hit the side net. So I thought he maybe should have played it across. I think Manuel Keita was just there on inside, and he should have passed it off there to actually get the next goal. But as I said, it felt like a repeat. The midfield was working brilliant. Gini Wijnaldum was doing his job. Henderson was just amazing, pressing brilliant. Naby Keita was gliding past players. It was just the fullbacks were just going up. The defence was in control, and it was just times where you'd watch the game and it felt like a training session. We just passed the ball. The first few minutes, Leicester had a bit of possession and we were just hitting them on a counter attack. But then once we started having the ball, they could not do anything about it. It kind of reminded me of Liverpool last season, which makes sense because Joe Gomez is back in the team, and I've said for so many times I want to see the Joe Gomez of last year, and I think we're starting to see it, if I'm being completely honest. And it's going to be interesting now if Joe Matip, when he comes back, whether he's actually going to start again, because Joe Gomez has been putting in a shift. But then the second half came along, and again, Naby Keita again doing bits, the midfield doing bits, Gini Wijnaldum turning players, Trent Alexander-Arnold turning players. It was just brilliant to watch, controlling the game. But then there was a few phases around like 60th minute where Leicester started having a bit more with the ball. And I was getting a little bit worried because I was kind of having flashbacks towards the game obviously at Anfield where they sucker punched us, literally. Even though we got a last minute penalty, they sucker punched us. And they had a few chances. I mean, Ricardo Pereira did brilliantly against Andy Robertson, but couldn't do anything of it. There was a few passes that they were trying to link together. But again, Joe Gomez does a brilliant block on Yuri Tielemans. But yeah, there was a little phase where Leicester started piling up the pressure and started having faith in what was actually happening, and therefore that they could come back and all of this. And then I was annoyed at the time. But around the 60th, 70th minute, I believe, James Milner, they were announcing it, they were like, oh, Naby Keita is going to come off and so is Mohamed Salah. I wasn't too fussed about, I personally thought both of them had very good games. I think Naby Keita for me was the best player of the first half. But for Klopp to then sub him off, I was just like, for James Milner, I mean, don't get twisted. I do like James Milner, but obviously Naby Keita brings a different he has a certain dynamism to his game. And especially with the game being so tight, and I thought maybe Klopp is going to try and hold him for a 1-0 win, with James Milner kind of, breaking down tackle, breaking down play and whatnot, and then bringing on Origi just in case we concede and score a loss. I didn't really understand it at the time. And then all of a sudden, Milner comes on, we get a corner, Trent takes it, and I'm not going to lie, when I saw Origi, you guys may not look at it, but if you look back at the goal, if you look at Origi's run, it was perfect. It was actually a perfect run. Even though he does not get any contact on the ball, the way, I actually had a feeling he was actually going to score from it, because the way he was running onto it, it was so intelligent. And he literally waits for it. It was a really good, intelligent run. And then he goes in, misses the header, but then that actually allows Suyuncu to not see the ball and it hits his hand. Now, the referee gives a penalty. VAR does a quick check. The referee's like, I don't care, really, it's a penalty. It doesn't go to the screen, which they haven't really done this whole season. But my opinions on it, it's one of those, if it goes for your team, you're like, yeah, it's a penalty. Those are the rules. If it doesn't, you're like, this is a farce. And you can kind of tell, especially by Kasper Schmeichel's interview towards, after the post-match interview, you can kind of tell what kind of vibe Leicester were feeling, which I completely understand. And who steps up? As the player I was annoyed about coming on, the master of penalties, James Milner, comes up, steps up to the spot. Obviously he went left the first time, I'm pretty sure, for the game against Leicester. And this time, first touch of the game, what is he doing? And he just slots it in. It was such a calm penalty. Such a calm and collected penalty, if I say so myself. James Milner just there's a little clip, it was like he literally passed it in, but a little chipped pass into the net and to make it 2-0. And boy, Trent obviously got that goal for the corner, and then that is when Demolition Derby happened. I mean, we controlled the game the whole time. We controlled the game, but then, oh my god, it was brilliant stuff. I mean, especially the goal. I mean, the third goal, which starts off from Roberto Firmino getting the ball from around 30 yards out. He manages to pull out the defenders. Chilwell's just left in no man's land, and I think it forces one of the midfielders to actually try and cover Firmino. I think it might have been Maddison. I'm not entirely sure. Firmino out muscles Maddison, and then plays a brilliant deft pass into James Milner. James Milner then passes it into Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's in so much space, and oh boy, I mean, plays it into Firmino. I mean, just drills it across through the box, and Firmino with, oh my god, si senor, gives the ball to Bobby, and he will score. I mean, what a touch. First of all, the touch. Hits on the outside of his foot. He touches it on the outside of the foot, then waits for the defenders to actually commit, and the goalkeeper as well, because you can look, Kasper Schmeichel is going to his right, and Firmino's placing it to his right, if you know what I mean. So Kasper's going to Firmino's left, and then he just places it onto the right, completely wrong foots the goalkeeper and the defenders into the top corner as well to make it 3-0, and that was game over. That was absolutely game over. And you know, Trent's crossing was amazing. Robertson was amazing. When I get to the player ratings, I need to go into depth into that. And then the next one comes in, and we get the ball on the counter attack. I'm trying to think. Pretty sure there was a few other chances. I mean, Salah had one on the counter attack where I think Mane lays it off. It was a brilliant counter attack, and then Mane lays it off into Salah, and Soyuncu, who, fair play to him, he is quick as hell. I'm just saying, he is a quick defender. I mean, I know he's very good, but the way he co-opted Salah at the end there, it was very, very good. But anyway, we get to the fourth goal now, which was already game over, but it was like Liverpool just trying to go for the jugular. I mean, Klopp seemed a bit annoyed in his post-match press conference or interview, because I totally agree with him, because we don't want to run ourselves ragged, and it kind of felt like we could have easily done that, but towards the end we did control the game a bit more. But Trent was just like, nah mate, I'm getting a goal, and 10 out, oh my god. But he gets the ball, lays the ball off, Mane lays the ball into Trent, and Trent, first time, that's the best way I can describe it, he lasers it into the bottom corner, and there is no way in a million years that Kasper Schmeichel's getting to that, and that was it, game over. 4-0 against, at the time, the second best team in England. I'm sorry, but for me, the league title is done. I am saying it now. Unbearable FC, let's unite. We are winning the league. Nobody else can handle it. I do not care. I mean, I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe it. I was nervous about the game, and these guys, they're the best team I've ever seen. Thank you, Klopp, for just coming to this club. I can't forgive you enough. I can't thank you enough for this. This is by far the best Liverpool team I've ever seen, and let's see tomorrow against Wolves. City against Wolves. City can only max out their best ever season, which is about, well, their last season's total, which is 98. We're on 52 at the moment. So I think the league's won, personally. I see City dropping more points, and I see Leicester dropping points, and I don't see us dropping that many points. I mean, to put it into perspective, we just need to get 46 points out of 60. So that means, what? If we lose 4 games and draw 2, then we'll still win the league. And I don't see us doing that, to be honest. But now let's get into the player ratings. Alisson Becker, newspaper out of 10. Best way I can give it. Newspaper out of 10. He had a bit of a tough time when Robertson gave him an awful back pass, which he forced him to kick it out. But apart from that, if I'm being completely honest, he didn't have nothing to do. He could have just chilled. There was only one time when they actually got him behind, which was Jamie Vardy. He ends up hitting the side net in anyway. So yeah, I'm giving him a newspaper out of 10. It's a new rating system. Screw it. Newspaper out of 10. We're top of the league. There's no rules out here. Yeah, newspaper out of 10. Because all he could have done was just read a newspaper. Now, left back, Andy Robertson. For me, 9 out of 10. I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because I'm going to give somebody else a 10 out of 10. But 9 out of 10 performance for me. Defensively, he helped us out in a few moments. Even though Leicester did not have any shots in the first half, there was a few times when they got caught in behind and he was able to, get things, pick up the business. So yeah, for me, 9 out of 10 performance. His crosses were always good. Got a pass to assist for the goal. Does that count? I don't know, but for the first goal anyway. And he was just very good. Very good defensively, very good in attack. Always there, an option for Mane. He was very, very good. Now, Joe Gomez and Van Dijk. Joe Gomez, I'm going to give him both an 8 out of 10. I thought they were both solid. Kept everything tight. Very calm on the ball. It was just really good. I mean, the only time when Joe Gomez really had trouble was when Jamie Vardy went past him, but he does commit a foul, and it was a smart foul, to be honest. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for me. Solid performance. Then Trent Alexander-Arnold. Boy, the game today were on Amazon Prime, which, by the way, I absolutely love. Amazon Prime, you need to have more games. I'm being completely honest with you. But Amazon Prime, their delivery is very good. You can get same day delivery, you can get next day delivery. It's very, very good delivery, but not as good as Trent's. Simple as. It is not good as Trent. He was involved in all 4 goals today. All 4 goals. He got 2 assists, a cross that led to a penalty, and a goal. For me, 20 out of 10 performance. I don't even care. This is one of the best performances from a right back. Just one of the best performances of the year so far, in my opinion, from a Liverpool player. It was just, and his defending was good as well. A lot of people criticise his defending, but for me, it was brilliant. He was brilliant in defending. He was, there was a few times in the first half, especially where he literally saved us from getting a goal, especially the one from the right hand side where the ball gets played in behind, and then he literally goes all the way across to the left hand side with the ball and clears it out. He's brilliant defending today. His defending was brilliant. His attacking was exceptional. Yeah, for me, 20 out of 10 performance, 100% for Trent. But one thing I will say, the midfield today helped us out a lot. That midfield did not give Leicester a breathing space. So Henderson, for me, 9 out of 10 performance. Gini Van Out, all of the midfield for me today, 9 out of 10. Naby Keita, whenever he got the ball, causing him troubles. He was getting past him all the time. There was even one time when I felt like he should have shot, but then he decided to get past him and sadly couldn't get the ball. But yet there was so many times where he was able to get past the defenders. I mean, there was one time where he got past like 3 players and James Maddison had to foul him. He almost set up a great chance for Mohamed Salah. Gini Wijnaldum was calm as you like, just cold Dutch midfielder. You already know the deal. He does his job. It's simple, but he does it effectively. So again, 9 out of 10 performance. Jordan Henderson, sadly he got injured, which I haven't mentioned yet, but obviously he did get injured. It doesn't look too bad. I thought it was really bad when he actually was injured. Obviously a knee injury can be quite bad, but he was able to walk off and just needed the nice pack, so I think he'll be fine. He might miss the next game against Wolves because that's in like 2-3 days time, but I'm not too fussed about that but again, very good performance when he played. 9 out of 10 performance. Now the front three, Firmino, I'm going to give him also a 10 out of 10. Was always part of the counter attacks whenever possible. Obviously got 2 goals and it was just very good overall. It was very, it's kind of mad how when Salah and Mane, obviously they did have good performances today. I think they had solid 8 out of 10s, even though the end product could have been a bit better, in my opinion. But the overall play was very good, but the end product could have been so much better today. So yeah, 8 for me, 8 out of 10 performance. But Firmino, Mane was in form, then, Salah's had bits when he's in form and scoring, and Firmino right now is in 4 goals in 3 games. 2 of them, what a guy. Honestly, what a guy. So yeah, 10 out of 10 performance for me for Roberto Firmino. Now on the bench, Divock Origi, to be honest, he did all right. Even when he came on, literally from the start, he was driving through and managed to get a foul, to be fair, and he was pretty decent at holding up. He showed a good turn of pace. For me, solid 7 out of 10. Now, James Milner obviously gets the penalty, doesn't get the penalty, but takes the penalty, he scores it in a crucial time. It's kind of just hit Leicester with sucker punch, because that's kind of when they were getting a little bit of pressure. But then, brilliant, got a pass to assist for the 3rd goal as well. Pretty decent cameo. So I'm also going to say 7.5 out of 10. And then last but not least, Adam Lallana, I believe, right? When Jordan Henderson came off injured. To be honest, he actually played all right. He played the holding role, which for me played pretty decently. But yeah, for me, I'm just going to say 7 out of 10 again. But Liverpool, are they going to win the league? For me, this is going to be, we're going to be world champions. We're going to be we're currently European champions. Well, yeah, and Super Cup winners, which makes us the ultimate European champions. And we're going to be the Premier League winners for the first time in 30 years, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we're going to be the first team of the 2020 to win the Premier League, and it's going to be our first time. We've gone 3 decades without winning it, and it's going to be our time. So, yeah, we've got City are playing Wolves tomorrow, and I'm kind of happy with the work because obviously City are going to give Wolves a tough time, and also we're playing Wolves in like they've got a short break and they're playing them in 2 days' time. We're playing them in like 3 days' time, but for them it will be like 2-day break. So that's very, very good if I'm being honest with you. But wow, 4-0. I still can't believe that we beat them 4-0 Leicester City. For me, title race is over. It's your boy. I'm still in shock. I can't believe it whatsoever. If you guys did like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, put down your player ratings down there in the comment section below. Also, I'll put down here who was your man of the match, and then if it was somebody else, please feel free to actually put down in the comment section below. For me, it was definitely Trent Alexander-Arnold, because I mean, water is wet. For me, there's a no-brainer. But let me know in the comment section below. Liverpool winning the league, I don't care. It's your boy OJ Samus. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. And yeah, Liverpool. Wow, 14. What is it? 14 points. 13. I don't even know anymore. Numbers are a construct for me now. We are so far ahead. And yeah, it's the end of the video. And I hope you guys have a very nice day, because I certainly am. See ya.